Welcome everybody to Fast Forward channel with your host Vaz. What you were seeing with the thumbnail was this app called UniGetUI, and as you can see here, we can install, uninstall, and update apps in an organized way. You know what? Let me just get into it. Okay, let's say you want to install apps. All you need to do is to click this Discover Packages button, and you search for the apps that you want to install. For example, let's say you want to install this random Google products here, and let me just type for the Google. And we got the results here. Let's say you want to install Google Meet. All you need to do is just to right click and install it. And it's going to be installed soon. As simple as that. Alright, it should be finished by now. The Google Meet has been installed. So let me just try to open it. Google Meet, there we go. We got the Google Meet app here. And yeah, I think it's working. So that's it. That's how you install app. Better yet, you can install multiple apps at once. So for example, I want to install this Google Calendar and Google Assistant. And all you need to do is just to click this install selected packages and everything is going to be taken care of. And as you can see, we got the queue here. But I don't want to install Google Calendar and Google Assistant here, so I'm going to cancel them all. And that's it. That's how you install apps. Really handy and really quick. And now let's talk about managing the existing packages here. As you can see, we got our existing packages here. Let's say I want to uninstall something. It's the same concept. We got this angry IP scanner here. I don't want this anymore. So let's just click uninstall and click yes. It's the same concept. All you need to do is just to wait for it. And we can also do the same thing here. We can click multiple apps and uninstall them all at once. For example, I want to uninstall some, what is it? Let me see. Oh yeah, we got like Spode up here. I no longer use it. And we got Sound Switch here. So let's just uninstall selected packages here. And everything will be on queue. Just like that. So, same thing. Alright, both apps has been uninstalled. So let's check this software updates feature. See what's up here. So this thing, when you have like a lot of apps and in the corner, there's like this pop-up of your apps begging you to update them and all that stuff. With this software updates feature, you won't be worrying about that anymore because, it's organized here. You get the notification on all of the software that you can update and you can, just update, one or two. For example, this, just click update, or you can update them all, by clicking this and update all of the packages, or maybe you only want to update a select few of them. It's really handy, you can do everything in here. And you can even choose not to update them in the first place. Let's say, just clicking this, ignore selected packages. You can just like exclude a lot of the apps, or even all apps for that matter. And, none of this notification to update will be here. If you want to go that way, it's also possible with this, app. All right. There's one more thing that I haven't been talking about. It's the package bundle feature. All right. So let me just demonstrate it to you. Let's say you want to install all of the same apps into a new computer or new computers. You can just select them all and you can just add selection to bundle here. And it can save all of the apps that you have installed in your current computer. And you can just save the bundle and, you can name it anything. Let's say my computer here. My computer.json, and you can just save it. So, and when you saved it, you can just open new computer, install UniGetUI on it, and just open existing bundle, and voila, you have the list of all of the apps that you need to install, and the new computer will have the apps on the list. It's pretty handy, especially if you have a lot of computers, I'm talking about computer labs or, office computers or whatever. It's pretty handy. And you don't need to bundle everything necessarily. You can even just bundle few apps and categorize it into a specific category. Let's say, what is it? OneDrive and what is it? The other? Google Drive, I think. Google Drive here and Dropbox. Where's the Dropbox? This one. And you can just add selection to bundle here, same thing. But instead of saving it as my computer, you can just save the bundle as, let's say, I don't know, cloud servicing apps. Yeah, this one, cloud servicing apps, and you just click save. And every time you have a new computer that has everything but the cloud servicing apps, you can just, import this, and, your new computer will have the cloud servicing apps that you have, the list of the apps. So you get the idea. And that's all for the basic features. At this point, you're probably already wondering, what is this app specifically anyways? Who made it? And can I trust this, right? It's only fair if I tell you that. And I'm going to tell you precisely that. So let me just close this and tell you all about it. So what is this? It's an app that is based on an official Microsoft product called Winget, the package manager. And you already have it probably, because it comes right out of the box with every single Windows installation there is. So let me just open the command prompt here. And you can also follow along and do the same if you're curious about this. And let's just open it, Winget. And see, if you have this Winget prompt here and everything, that means you have the app here. And let me just operate it a little bit. Winget list. Voila. It runs just like the software that I showed you, right? Everything is in here, all the list of the apps. And if you want to uninstall or install new apps, whatever, you gotta do it manually by typing commands and everything. And that's where the UniGetUI comes into place. Instead of typing the command via terminal, like a nerd does, you can actually use the app, using this, and just click around the button without worrying about typing some command every time you want to install, uninstall, or update apps. And so basically that's it. And as for the question whether you can trust this thing or not, well, I would say if you trust Microsoft products, by definition, you can trust this as well, since it's an official Microsoft product. But if you don't trust Microsoft products, well, I would say to you, why would you use Windows in the first place? Duh. Alright, I'm sorry. But you might be asking me, what about the other apps, the UniGetUI? Isn't it like not a Microsoft product? Well, you are right. It's not a Microsoft product, but it's an open source app, and it has like more than 10,000 stars on their GitHub repo. So it's likely to be safe, since, if somebody put a virus on it or, put some sketchy scripts on it, people would have already known it, Alright, now let's talk about installation. So the first thing that we're going to do is to make sure that the Winget is working in the first place. And how do you do that? Well, for me, I would just click this link. And I really mean it when I say click this link, because when you try to search for app installer in Microsoft Store, for some reason you wouldn't find it. I don't know what's wrong with Microsoft Store, but at the time that I was installing this app installer, it didn't work at all. I have to find the link somewhere in the Winget documentation page. Can you imagine? Huh? But here we go. The page is here, so just click install and open via Microsoft Store here. And I already have the page here, so we got the app installer page, and usually there is this install or update button over here, and all you need to do is to click it, and there will be some wizard like this, just click install, and everything is going to be installed. As simple as that. And after that, it should work, but if you're not sure whether it works or not, you can always open your command prompt and type the command winget, and if it returns this, winget prompt and everything, you are in the right place. Okay, that means it works. So after the Winget is working, the next thing that you're going to do is to go to this martikliman/UniGetUI GitHub repo page, and you scroll down until you find the installation section here, and you can just click the installer here and just install via the installer, or alternatively, the way I do it personally is to copy paste this Winget script and run the script from the command prompt. That way, you kill two birds with one stone. You install the UniGetUI via Winget, so it's going to be registered as a package. And you also know for sure that the Winget is working. So if there's any problem down the line, you can see it. So I would highly recommend you to run the terminal like this. But if you don't want to run the terminal, you're already sick of it, well, just click the installer and install from the installer here. So as simple as that. And by doing those, the Winget should be ready. But there is one more thing though that I would like to say. It's about the user account control settings. You know this thing where every time you open apps or you install new apps, there's like this dark background and everything, and in the middle of the dark background, you have like this shiny prompt asking you whether to continue running this app or not. Like, do you trust this app or not? And then you click yes in order to run the apps. We're going to disable that, okay? So we're going to go to settings here, and we're going to go to user account control settings. So user account control setting, you get this menu here, change user account control settings. We click it, and by default it should be around here, and I'm going to slide it down to never notified. And a bit of a warning as well, so when you slide it down like this, the windows will stop asking you question every time you run apps, even if it's like slightly sketchy apps, or something that would potentially be harmful. So know what you're doing, do it at your own risk. The reason why I'm feeling safe uh, using this configuration is because all of the apps that I use is a legitimate apps, and all of the apps that I use is the app that I trust. I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna run around and start installing some sketchy apps or installing some pirated apps and all that stuff. If you're one of those people, be careful, because you can mess up your computer real bad. So words of warning. And also, why would I disable this option in the first place? I mean, it's not a big deal, right? All you need to do is just click yes and no, right? Well, yes and no, because the reason why I use UniGetUI is because I want to streamline the whole process of installing apps, especially multiple apps. And I'm talking about like 10 apps, 50 apps, whatever it is. And if you have this user account control setting, turned on, it kind of defeats the purpose, because now every time you install a new app, you have to say yes and no. I just want the process to be streamlined. I want everything to be easy, but I'm still careful. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to install some sketchy apps. So that's the thing about this user account control setting. Hopefully you understand. And with that being said, we're going to click OK here, and everything's going to be working. And that's it. You can just like test the UniGetUI to see whether it works or not. If you have any problem down the line, feel free to comment down below and ask me about anything. And I guarantee you, I will go down there. I will try my best to solve your problem, because I still have all the time in the world. So yeah, that's it for the video though. If you like the kind of tutorial that I'm making here, consider supporting this channel by subscribing, or maybe just check out this channel, stay tuned, look for other videos, because there might be some other interesting videos that are like this. And also, as you can see, I have multiple unique things on my computer here, such as the integrated to-do list here on the corner of my screen, and also this quotes that is changing every 5 seconds or so. If you like those kind of stuff, this is the channel. And I'm currently on the process of making around 28 episodes of this thing, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you'll find a reason to smile today. I'll see you next week. Ciao.